Look at that. Look at this. It's not anyone else. It's just a miss. No, seriously, this is a little doodly draw, a little sketchy Rooney. I've come to the conclusion that, nothing really matters. None of this matters. So if I have a half-finished thing that I'm never ever going to finish, and I have the process, may as well post it. I mean, I'm never going to come back to this piece, and it's not in what I would call finish, but I have the footage. May as well post it. So here it is. Here's 2 hours, or 2.5 hours, I suppose, of me working on this picture for Art Fight, and it is of... Let me get my notes here. I say as though I have notes. I don't have notes. I'm just desperately making new tabs, trying to figure out whose character this is. Upon looking back at it, this character belongs to Gummy Scribbles over on Art Fight, and their character is called Pink Iris. So there you go, there's the character. But if you don't know what Art Fight is, it's a fun little game where people draw other people's characters in exchange for them drawing your characters. Not necessarily an exchange, mind you. It's more of a, you get points the more you draw, and they don't necessarily have to draw your characters back. It's just a polite thing if they feel like it, or if your characters are something they want to draw back. But I did it. I like to attack people. I like to hunt down and see tasty, crunchy little OCs, little original characters that I can go, ooh, this looks crunchy. This looks saucy. This looks like something that I can waste pieces of my life and hours of my day drawing and making a beautiful picture that I'm never going to finish, and give them a half-finished drawing and hopefully they'll like it, kind of thing, Just, it's fun, it's good exercise for the art and muscles, it's good, tests to see if you're capable of drawing things that you're not used to drawing. It's just good fun. Only downside is it takes place once a year, and every time it starts, the website breaks. So that's pretty cool. No, but in all honesty, Art Fight's pretty neat. If you're an artist and you have a bunch of characters that you would like drawn, give it a shot. I recommend it. Of course, don't do it immediately because, like I said, the website breaks for like the first day and a half every single year. But, it's fun to entertain the thought that maybe eventually you'll get in. But yes, as a result of my overwhelming... just absolute. I have an entire folder of video files that need to be rendered and spat on YouTube that I'm probably never gonna finish. So maybe I should just make a little side playlist of just like, here's the ones that aren't completely finished. Here's the ones that are. Here's the ones that we don't talk about, and if you bring them up, I'm going to deny it in court. I've also been playing with the idea of trying to make a tutorial, but honest to goodness, I don't know how to make tutorials, and honestly, there's so many cool and good artists on YouTube that if there's a tutorial for anything, it's probably out there. But my only main reason of wanting to make a tutorial is I'm a very simple-brained person, and there's probably other people who have very simple minds like I. Take that as an insult, if you will. And I don't understand a lot of tutorials because they tend to over-explain, and I need someone with mud brain, much like mine, to describe things, or at least I did, especially when I was still learning, or like I was still learning to paint or how to draw, and I needed people to explain things to me. And then you're probably going, what are you talking about? What do you gotta explain? It's literally just blending stuff over and over. It's like, yeah, it is. But if you don't know how to get to that point, then it's not. Because to people who are new, it doesn't look that easy, Or maybe to people who are new, they're like, Ross, you're doing it wrong. Look at it. It doesn't look good. And I'm like, dang, you're right. You're absolutely right. I'm so sorry. I'm a hack. I'm a fraud. But fortunately, I never claimed to be anything other than a crazy cat woman on the internet spouting nonsense into a microphone and releasing it into the digital ether in the off chance that someone inevitably listens to it. Yeah, but with that context, I guess I don't really have any authority to make a tutorial. I suppose I could for the fun of it, but I don't know if it'd actually help anyone. You know what? I'm gonna put that on my never-ending list of to-dos that I never actually do. Like, I have over 200 works in progress. None of them are gonna get finished, most likely. I'm probably just gonna start a new thing and then finish that instead of acknowledging any of my older works. And same with the idea of doing a tutorial. I'll say I want to do it, and I will want to do it, but then actually doing it is a completely separate venture. I don't even know how to make tutorials. Is there a tutorial on how to make a tutorial? You know what? Knowing YouTube, there is. I swear, there's a tutorial. I used a tutorial to like disassemble my my doorbell the other day. It was great. It's amazing. I'm glad we've developed technology and we're capable of talking to people across the ocean so we can do menial nonsense far more conveniently with the instruction of some random dude on the internet telling me how to disassemble a doorbell, or some kind Indian gentleman explaining to me how to get my computer running properly via YouTube. And upon listening to my audio again, I sound absolutely insane. But you know what? This video isn't about me. It's about this beautiful picture. So let's talk about this picture. Yeah. I don't know how to explain my drawing process. It's literally smack some stuff down, smack some little globules of color and mix them together using the brush tool on roughly 20% and hitting the Alt key to color grab, and then blending by giving myself crippling carpal tunnel syndrome because I don't hold my pen correctly over and over. And I just keep doing this forever until I inevitably get horrible crippling arthritis in my hand, and then I won't be able to draw anymore. But you know what? That's a future me problem. That's for future me to worry about. I'm young. I'm going to enjoy the sins of my youth and leave it to my older self to be dealing with the horrible physical side effects a life of debauchery and moving my hand in a wrong order results in. Well, it's growing more and more apparent to me that this is a very ill-conceived video. So I don't know. I'm curious on feedback. Should I keep doing these voiceovers with the understanding that the likelihood of me actually having any interesting or valuable information is incredibly low? Or should I just plop these babies down with just generic music I find on freemusicarchive.org and just post it here for your viewing pleasure so you don't have to listen to some absolutely mentally ill woman rambling on about internet tutorials and doorbells? It's helpful feedback. See, I'm just making this for fun. And if you guys would prefer me to keep mumbling, that's cool. I love mumbling. It's my favorite hobby. I guess art, maybe? I don't know. I don't actually like art. But well, that's a lie. I actually do like art. But nonetheless, perhaps the value in these videos is not from the voiceover. Perhaps the value in these videos is from the actual looking at a drawing being made. Perhaps that's the main appeal. I mean, when I watch drawing videos, I'm like, oh, that's some cool art. And then they usually just have music, you know? Very few of them actually have voiceovers. And if they do, it's like a tutorial, so I don't know if there's any actual reason I should have a voiceover. You know what? Maybe I'll just keep doing the voiceovers. And if you don't like it, you could just like mute it and just enjoy the art. Yeah, you could do that. Also, if you're muted, hi. But if you're muted, you didn't hear me say that. So that's just gonna be our little secret. Me and you who isn't muted, we're secretly saying hi to the people who did mute the video. It's our little secret. Don't tell them. If they know, it won't be our secret anymore. And, you know, the main reason that I don't finish art as of late is because my attention span has gotten gradually worse. And it's very hard for me to focus, so if I'm recording, I'm probably not going to finish it, most likely. I don't know. I'd like to post more finished stuff. Maybe I just need to kick my butt and get in gear. Perhaps that's all I need, is to just bully myself into actually finishing things. Oh, cool, look at that. I like drew the flowers over the shapes. That's pretty cool. I drew this months ago. I don't even remember doing most of this. Most of my art's just a fever dream that I awake from randomly and I go, oh, there's a funny little blob on my screen. I'm gonna post that to DeviantArt and see what happens. It's like a fun little, experiment, but one you're not aware that you're doing. Pretty cool. Thanks for watching my awful video, or awful audio, but okay video. Have a good day or night.